Hello, welcome to Nothing Cast. We were gonna have a slogan, but then we thought that would be too much. It's 2:09 a.m.
The golden hour.
The golden hour for Nothing Cast. We figured this works best after midnight
because we're tired and we can just say whatever we want and we don't need to think about if it makes sense.
No. So today it was like 11:45. We started watching The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, greatest movie ever.
Oh, it's honestly so bad. I can't get over how bad it is. Actually, like going back and watching it,
there's a lot of badness.
I honestly started laughing. Like first 5 minutes, like there's two Jedi sitting in a room. They're like, oh, do they usually keep people waiting this long to do negotiations? And it's just like, I started laughing. I'm like, this is a Star Wars movie. There's two awesome, badass guys that are just sitting in a room, like, and like freaking Silver C-3PO gives them like tea before their freaking board meeting. What a stupid movie. Like, and like I still don't get this. I'm just stupid or something.
What?
I still don't understand this. In the opening of the Phantom Menace,
yeah,
there's that red ship that goes in.
Yeah,
I don't know who it's for.
It's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. They're in that ship.
No, are you sure?
Really? It's like a galactic public ship because they're going to the base. They go in that ship, and then they leave the ship and get served tea.
I didn't get that because it doesn't show them. It doesn't show them leave the ship.
No, it doesn't. It skips, and then
I'm just stupid or something because I never got that.
And then because then they blow up the ship later so that they can't escape.
Okay, well, anyways, now that I've vented about the opening of the Phantom Menace, talk about what we did for the rest of the day. So after that, we watched Attack the Clones. Then we went on a snack run.
Yeah.
Then we watched all in a row Clone Wars from 2003 cartoon.
The Cartoon Network series.
The Cartoon Network series from 2003.
It was really good.
It was really good. Episode 3, Episode 4, and Episode 5 bring us to 2 a.m. And we thought, I'm like, why don't we decide at 2 a.m. if we're going to watch another movie or not? And we're not gonna watch another movie.
Probably not.
We've decided that
we're just gonna make this podcast instead, which is much more entertaining.
Yeah.
How long have we gone for? 2 minutes.
It's almost been 3 minutes.
Almost 3 minutes. All right, we can do another 57 minutes.
Oh yeah,
easy, no problem.
Okay, so we were gonna talk about why the prequels don't work. Why the cartoon and the originals do work.
That's a good idea.
And why.
I can definitely say things about that. I have many thoughts.
I know you have thoughts. You're bad at
yeah, because I'm just giggling and tired.
So it's like, Star Wars.
Well, obviously we're doing this to get pumped for the Force Awakens, which we have not seen yet.
We're watching all the Star Wars.
All the Star Wars.
All the Star Wars.
You know what is weird?
Your face. Wait.
No.
Wait. That definitely recorded. You can see it right there.
It's a large.
That was a good sing. You can see the volume of the sing right there. That's how much you got zinged. It was those dark blue lines.
You really got me this time.
Oh, yes, I did. Should be ashamed.
But what was I gonna say? I know this one.
You're like, in this one.
No, I don't know what it is.
What's bad about the prequels, dude?
The main thing that's bad about the prequels is that it takes what you love and makes it dumb. And it's like it takes kind of like the soul and the heart and the good stuff of the originals, and then makes it lifeless and empty.
Yeah.
And
it's like Citizen Kane like the person,
Citizen Kane?
like the person Citizen Kane.
Okay, I
like,
thought you meant the movie.
Like
the movie's
no,
much better than
no, because it is. But like he was like he was like great when he was young. So like so like the 80s, but now he's just like this bitter, cruel man,
bitter old
shell of a man with a whole bunch of money and nothing to do with it.
A man,
so basically, he's
a man who has everything and nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So like George has all this money and he just blows it on. Okay,
I have such a love-hate relationship with George.
You've never met the man.
No, but I know him well. Because I think he's a genius. But I also think he's an idiot.
Could not have been said better.
I didn't think that was that funny.
It is when you're tired.
I guess so.
Everything is funny after 2 a.m. Okay. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. except for Nothing Cast. That's right.
Nothing.
Bow! Okay.
The greatest thing in the world.
Okay. I figured out, because of Hitchcock, actually, I figured out something I don't like about Attack of the Clones. Now, Alfred Hitchcock, what he said once, because I watched a documentary or something, he's like, I can stop like any of my movies at any point. I can tell you exactly what I want the audience to feel, and I feel like you could stop Attack of the Clones at any point, and George Lucas would have no idea what he wants you to feel. It's just like true. There's these really weird, like all the scenes between. There's this like sequence where it's like Obi-Wan's doing like his like detective cop thing, and it cuts between his police work because he's part of the Force, right? Yeah, he's on the Force. Yeah, like that's like the best pun ever. But like,
oh, I just got it.
You just got it, right? Like he's so basically he's like part of the Force or whatever. Yeah, and then so. He's just okay.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't get it now, you're like the worst person ever. But anyway, so he cuts between that, and it cuts between this really like Anakin and Padme going to different locations and talking about their feelings.
and it's talking about how angry they are that they are in love.
They are in love. Like la la la, we're in love. We are so in love. That's kind of what it feels like. It's not like it's like forced, sort of, but not really. It's not even like forced. Even it's like it's just like really awkward. Like
so, awkward.
And like it's Anakin's just kind of like he feels like he's just like really creepy instead of like Han, where he's like just kind of like a dick about it, and it's great, and it's like Han, classic Han. But this is just like, are you a serial rapist? And
that feels like he's like some mentally disturbed person who has taken this interest in this girl.
Yeah, he's like and
he's kind of like stalking
like the angry side. Like if Forrest Gump had anger management problems, it's that kind of thing, and she just kind of like feels bad for his like mental illness is what it kind of feels like. He's just like this really like emotional person. And she's like, I feel bad
my emotions, they're too much.
I am haunted by the kiss you never should have given me. more like the kiss that I stole from you.
Exactly. He totally goes in for it. So shut up. You dumb.
But it's like bad Shakespeare at one. Like it just feels like bad Shakespeare. It's like if Shakespeare was bad, it's like I already hate Shakespeare, but then you make it bad, and it's like, I didn't know you could make it worse.
You know what's dumb?
What?
So I have a Shakespeare version of Star Wars, like the Shakespeare Star Wars.
Isn't that great though?
It's great for the most part because it's really funny. Mm-hmm. It's mostly like
like when Yoda talks.
Like I only have episode 4, so I don't know what Yoda is like. But it's mostly like taking all the lines and stuff and then making them like old Shakespearean.
What's the you aren't the droids you're looking for? This aren't the droids you're looking for.
I don't know
in Shakespeare.
I couldn't tell you.
What's Yoda sound like?
But it has all the like
just himself,
and forsooth, and that kind of.
Okay, what's the
language.
dumb thing about it though?
The dumb thing about it is it's written like a Shakespeare play, which means it includes soliloquies and things which I don't understand.
Does Chewbacca have like a musical number or something?
Probably. But like there's he's like in Are you
well said.
You said it, Chewie.
You said it, Chewie. This is a musical number.
Are you trying to do like the actual like?
I was trying to do the actual thing. But I was like laughing and
I can't do it.
and like coughing and like.
I'm tired.
That's what a musical number sounds like.
But like, so like in Shakespeare stuff, there's always like these like huge lines of dialogue that are just supposed to tell you tell the audience what the character is thinking.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like it's what their thoughts are, but they say it out loud, so it feels weird. So it comes off like awkward, and so.
Oh yeah. At least in Star Wars, like in the prequels, there's a couple moments where it's in Empire and in Attack of the Clones. There's a part where Obi-Wan and Luke are both talking to Protocol, like to what's the R2-D2 droid called?
There are R2 units.
When they're both talking to their like R2 units, and instead of they're expressing their thoughts out loud, but it's less awkward because they're actually talking to like a robot.
Yeah. There's like exactly like what I mean is. Well,
sometimes they'll just be like talking to like themselves, not the audience. Like they don't break the fourth wall. They talk at it as if it's like it's still made of bricks for them, but like we all know that.
Yeah, but like exactly, like it can. What I mean is, it's weird because the Shakespeare Star Wars, the book, it puts those like soliloquies and thoughts of the characters into the script. Even though those parts aren't in the original script.
Oh.
So it's adding stuff that would be there if Shakespeare wrote the story, so I get why it's there, but it doesn't need to be there because the script is already completely functional.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you're paying attention, you can tell whatever character is thinking.
Yeah. You can tell that.
As long as you can pay attention to what they're saying, you can understand what they're thinking. So, It's something it's really annoying, and they have it for like every character, like even like R2 and
that's
stuff.
That's the worst. Don't do that really to R2. Stupid. That's why I made the Chewbacca joke, because I knew you told me anything how they did to R2. I thought a soliloquy would just be like blip 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 blip.
Yeah, exactly, and it's really
it'd be really funny if it was like written on like a page just like bleep bloop bleep bloop bleep.
Exactly, that's how he's. That's how it normally is. Like
but it's like that for like a whole paragraph though. That would actually be really funny.
That would be funny.
Like no one would bother to read the whole thing, but it would just be really funny.
It'd be kind of funny, but like,
and then Chewbacca's just like
it does that
for like a whole paragraph. Though. Yeah, it's just soliloquy.
Well, that's what it does for like all the normal dialogue, because it just takes the dialogue from Star Wars and then converts the language, like the words used. And so if someone says something to R2 and then he beeps, it'll say R2 and then bleep bloop bleep, and then it'll go back to the next character and stuff.
That's
like
actually amazing.
Which is great. But like it's just, it also gives them random paragraphs about what they're thinking that you just don't need to read. What are you doing?
Sorry, that's why I just felt like doing that. Okay. Wait, what else? Okay, let's talk about how the Clone Wars cartoon is like better than the prequels, all the prequels on so many levels.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the first level?
First level is its animation.
So you can do.
So there's no limits on the action and creativity.
Yeah, and I love it when animation takes advantage of the fact that it's animation.
Yeah, which this definitely does.
So it started to happen to Slapstick. Got killed by animation because animation's like
it just does it
like
better.
Your characters can't
they can't die.
They can't be killed.
So you can
and they don't actually get hurt when they fall downstairs, because not everyone can be a Justin Trudeau.
That's true.
That's true.
Just can fall downstairs.
He can fall down the stairs. Welcome to Nothing Cast.
So weird. But the all the Clone Wars action. It's mostly like the first volume is mostly action scenes,
but it does have a little story to it, which is that the Sith guys are using Asajj Ventress to test Anakin to see if he could be a good Sith guy.
I don't know why I stood up.
You made a full circle. You realized the Kleenex box was right there. It was right next to you. And you walked all the way around me just so you could get to something that was right next to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, the basic story is that the Sith is using Asajj Ventress to test Anakin. And that's the basic story. Also, there's like some other...
They're also leading this. They're
leading this charge against the clone army against this certain planet against the banking clan, and so by the end of the movie, by the end of part 1, Anakin kills Ventress and they take over the banking clan. But then it's like, oh look, we're actually winning this war. This is awesome. But then you see there's like these Jedi, and there's 6 of them. And they're cornered by all these droids, and they're like, "Oh, he's so fast, we can't stop him. He's too good. He's too good." And then he's like, it's like the coolest build up ever. And one of the Shaggy, let's call him Shaggy because
there's a guy who looks like Shaggy.
And he loses his cool like Shaggy. And so he runs out and he just gets crushed.
And then he goes zoinks.
He gets zoinks. I wish he said zoinks when he gets crushed.
He's crushed by
under General Grievous. I want to edit that in. I'm gonna edit that in. He just zoinks.
Just the the sound effect for when they're running in spot and their legs are moving, and then they like it does that, and then he runs out, and then he goes zoinks.
But basically, General Grievous gets introduced in like the coolest way possible, and like this is like before he even starts using lightsabers, and then and then he's a total badass, and he's only using 2 lightsabers. Like he's not even using his full 4 yet, and he's already
not even in his final form.
He's not even in his final form, and he's already awesome. Like he's holding, like he switches between his hands, and like he like drops it, like and then like grabs it again for like some reason. It was just, and then he like uses his feet and stuff as well to he'll be hitting someone else. It's just like. He's just really awesome, and like he kills 3 of them, incapacitates 2 of them, and like the last one is Kid Admundi, and he tries to force a lightsaber on the ground. So he steps on it, grabs it. So now he's holding 3 lightsabers, 1 in his foot, 2 in his hands. Kid Admundi just forces like a random lightsaber on the ground, picks it up, and the last thing you see is Grievous lunges towards him, like and it goes all slow motion, and then just cuts to Yoda, and there's a thunder clap or whatever, and Yoda like his eyes open, and he's like, oh shit, someone's about to fight Grievous with 3 lightsabers.
He's like,
and the reason this is great is that it flushes out Shaak Ti and Kid Admundi. Like especially Shaak Ti in the second part, but Kid Admundi though, especially because
more like personality and character to all.
He gives him way more personality because he's like
all the like side Jedi and stuff that we don't really know much about.
Yeah, especially your favorite one, Ayla Secura, your favorite Jedi.
I don't know, something about blue people.
It's just like a blue people fetish.
I don't know.
It's like Avatar, you just lost your shit. It's like, oh man, they're almost naked. Oh man, oh.
I'm just really tired. But also all the like stuff with Anakin and Obi-Wan is like really good and really well developed.
You're friends, and you can act,
and you see how they get along, how they disagree, and how Anakin is moving towards the dark side.
But it's not that he's like whiny or complainy.
No,
he's just reckless, and it's cool to see that. Mm-hmm. Like where he's just like following the ship and like shooting up buildings by accident, like Man of Steel style, just shooting up all these buildings while trying to chase this Ventress, and Owen's don't pursue it. Owen's like, do not pursue that ship. Instead of being like, you can't tell me what to do, he's like, sorry, master, you're breaking up. Like, kind of like, and then he just turns off his comm and he chases after her. And like,
and that whole
jungle bit, he fights her on Yavin 4. Like, that's so cool. That's so cool. It's symbolism or something. I don't know.
The place
I don't get it either.
Episode 4. It's just cool to see a thing from the original.
Speaking of Yavin 4, they always show, like, there's this one shot of, there's, like, a rebel guy. He's, like, standing in a tower, and you see, like, the ships coming. He's, like, holding a spear. It's like, what are you going to do with a spear in a tower? Look at a spear in a tower. You lit this fucking spaceship. Yeah, like, what the hell are you going to do with a spear in a tower? Maybe it's like the thing in Iron Man 2 that, like, blows up. Maybe it's, like, a super spear. So, like the Star Destroyer comes down. He throws it at the Star Destroyer. It sticks in. The whole thing explodes. Or maybe it's just, like,
No, I figured it's just a
regular spear.
And he, No, like, in Lord of the Rings in the third one, when the one guy spears the elephant rider and and he falls off and the elephant like crashes over. It's like that. Like
when he tries to get the pilot,
there's like a Star Destroyer comes in, he throws it and it goes like through the windshield into like the pilot, and then the Star Destroyer
and then he's like, and he's just kind of like, oh, that was my last spear, and then he just kind of stands there and doesn't really know what to do. Like, it's just so impractical.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Why does
I don't know. I didn't actually think about that until now. Like, so like, I'm just tired.
No, but still, that's like a huge like. What? Wait, why does that guy?
Why does that guy even have a spear? Like, you can't even.
It's really funny though. I just either he's really skilled with his spear, or like the rebels really need some funding. They only have. Like they can only make
one spear.
They can only sharpen sticks. That's all they can afford to do.
See, this would be a perfect thing to like. I want to like animate that now.
See, Patch is Mr. This guy.
My name's Patrick. Okay,
I forgot if we had names or not in this. I guess.
Well, I do now. Check out my rants or something.
No. Shameless plug. Well, Patrick here is obsessed with animated podcasts and.
Okay, I'm obsessed with animated Game Grumps and podcasts.
Yeah,
Game Grumps animated is like amazing. I especially love Titanian's Game Grumps animated. You should check out his things. I want him to animate this, but we're not popular, so that's.
But that's dumb because no one cares about.
But it'll be
unless
a great way.
Care about us,
unless people, maybe if this does get animated by Titanium, people will watch it and be like, "Whoa, that's a really funny show. I should go watch that."
Yeah, because we think we're funny, so that means that other people must think we're funny.
It's like, wait, I think I'm funny. Other people must think we're funny too. It was like the Blues birthday logic for giving people presents. It's like, oh, I like bubbles. Maybe he'll like bubbles too. Maybe I should just give him some bubbles. Like that was what the bar of soap did.
What?
Okay.
What is this?
The Blues birthday special. Blues Clues birthday special.
The birthdays. Okay.
All the people gave him something that they liked.
Gave him something that they liked?
Yeah.
So it'd be like if I gave someone
it's like this like
a lightsaber because I would like that.
Yeah. But like
that's a terrible example.
It's like okay.
It's like if I gave someone.
It's more like if you gave like maybe imagine like you really like beer, so you give like a toddler like some beer because you really like beer. It's just like well, it doesn't mean he's gonna like it. Like it's kind of like it's just like it just I never got that. Aside from Blue's Clues birthday special, do you want to get back to talking about Star Wars?
No, I wanted to talk about the Blue's Clues birthday special because that was a shit.
It was the shit.
That was what present time.
Open a present, see what's inside.
That's what that came from.
X-Men Origins present time.
And we say that like every time we open a present for any occasion.
Oh, Christmas, we're doomed.
Yeah, Christmas is any day now, and that'll be a thing. Is it Friday, Christmas?
Yeah.
That sounds like a long time from now.
Oh, because
it's
Monday morning.
I
feel really vomity right now.
You feel vomity?
I feel vomity. Like
are you gonna vomit?
No, I'm not. It's like I felt this before.
You are?
Either I vomit or I just kind of settle. Or it's basically like it's where I've had like too much. I've had too much junk and stuff. Like I remember one time, I was having I had like a friend sleeping over, and what I did is I went outside and I just threw up. I'm like, I feel a lot better now, and I just went back inside and acted like nothing happened. I vomited all over.
Wait, where were you?
I was at our house.
Oh,
I went outside and I just vomited off the deck onto like some leaf bags, and I just like, I feel so much better now. Yeah,
whatever works, man.
Yeah. So speaking of vomit, let's get back to the Phantom Menace.
Okay. Is that one okay? You know what would have been cooler in that is if
it was good.
If it was good, but also if it had writing, but also if the
acting, but also
if the pod race had Anakin use the Force.
Oh yeah, I've mentioned that before.
Because like they're like, oh, Anakin, you're so good at pod racing.
He's like, that's right, I'm the only human that can do it. I'm a magic man. I'm so good with robots and parts and pilots. I can pilot anything. You don't hate me right now. I'm gonna kill people.
I would be a lot shittier off if I wasn't so good at building things.
It sounds like he's annoyed with it. He's like, I wouldn't be so... It's like I would be like, he's like basically like, I'm alive because I can build things really well. I'm so annoyed right now.
Yeah, he delivers the line so wrong.
I know.
It sounds like he's annoyed that he can build things.
He's like, I wasn't so good at building things.
Or like he's just like really douchey and bragging about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he comes off. He's kind of a braggart actually. Now I think about it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be a fucking pilot. And I'm gonna fly away from here.
I'm gonna shake the dust off the crummy little town. I'm gonna see the world.
I gotta do it as well.
No,
I'm not getting married. I'm gonna go see the world.
We're gonna Mama Dollar and Papa Dollar, and we're gonna use them to get them to a pod race. And then I'm gonna win the pod race, and I'm gonna see the world! Become a Jedi! Jimmy Stewart, the Jedi.
What's a better
Would you watch that?
Yeah.
Would you watch that? But he's afraid of heights. So
he can't fly.
So he can't fly his spaceship. He's like in space, like, are you sure this is okay? And he's like, oh no, light speed, no! Not only am I high, but I'm fast!
Not only am I high, but I'm high.
Jedi Stewart. Okay, so were you gonna say something?
I think I was gonna say that they talk about how Anakin is good at the Force, and that he has he's got all the midichlorians.
All the midichlorians. Oh, I'll explain why they're dumb later.
He trusts his feelings, and that's why he's good at the pod race.
Yeah.
But really, he just does the pod race and wins because every other racer crashes their...
I'm pretty sure he kills one of them, actually. I'm starting to think.
He kills Sebulba. Except he lives, so he doesn't kill him.
No, but there's the one guy with the circle, like the donut one.
The donut one?
Yeah. I think he kills that guy. He
doesn't kill him.
And he has, in the deleted scene, he has like a wife and family.
Yeah.
I swear that guy has like a wife and family. I'm like,
it's like, this guy his wife just got out of the hospital or something like that.
Yeah, it's like,
and then he dies.
Like, she has cancer. And she needs this pod racing to pay for medical treatments. It's the only way she can live and raise her family.
It's like, but Anakin's got to win the race.
It's like he has this is the only thing funding his family. If he loses this race, his wife will die, and then all his kids will become horrible slaves and live terrible lives and live on the streets and turn to the dark side. All these horrible things. It's all banking on his racing career. But like, screw him. We don't want his story. We don't want to focus on this braggy kid. Anakin,
the bestest ever.
And like the thing is like, I'm the only human that can do it. But like after watching, it's like, that doesn't seem too hard. It's like,
well, he just got lucky.
I know. It's like he's just like, yeah.
Which isn't a thing in regular Star Wars.
Yeah, but like the thing I think would be really cool. I told you this earlier, but they don't know about it. Was that if he like uses the Force or whatever?
Yeah.
And then after that. And then maybe some guy in the audience is like, that kid, he's not good, he just got lucky. And then Qui-Gon says, in my experience, there's no such thing as luck. And everyone just kind of like, he's just kind of like,
That's interesting.
Obi-Wan.
I should probably steal that philosophy, and then he just like puts it in his philosophy box that he pulls out later.
Yeah,
he pulls out later.
He writes it down.
He writes it down.
In his little dream journal.
His philosophy
journal of Qui-Gon.
Of Qui-Gon quotes.
And it's got like there's always a bigger fish and
like things like that. And he just pulls it out whenever he needs wisdom for Anakin.
Yeah.
And Anakin's like, oh, and that's where he got all and then he's like,
that's where he got all his wisdom from. And it has like I don't know, there is no moon or something.
Yeah, there is no moon. That's no moon, and there is no spoon, Danny.
That's a fake laugh. Fake laugh. Don't do that. It makes me laugh less because I'm like, oh, that sounded ew. Is that real though?
I couldn't tell.
That sounded so fake.
I think I don't know actually.
You don't do that.
There is no moon. There's no moon. Okay, so this like it's like Obi-Wan, I need some wisdom. And then he opens up the book, it's like there is no moon. He's like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do with this?
Do not try to destroy the Death Star. It's like only try to realize the truth.
There is no moon. I'm just imagining now, like, he gives him, like, some really inconvenient advice. He's like, so, like, say Anakin's, like, he's doing, like, an eating contest or something, he has to eat, like, this plate of fish, and he's like, what do I do? He's like, there's always a bigger fish. He's like, what? What am I supposed to take from that? I'm already having trouble with this small fish. Like, what do you want from me? Like, I feel like his advice can be really unhelpful out of context. It's like, Qui-Gon Jinn. Hashtag shit Qui-Gon says. It's just like it's basically if Qui-Gon had a Twitter account, Obi-Wan just writes down everything he would tweet.
Oh yeah, and it's like, oh, you know what killed Jedi? That's possible. And then it's like, I wish that were true or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
he's like, oh, I wish Jedi couldn't be killed because then I wouldn't die later in this movie. He says that straight up to. Yeah. He's like, I can see the future or something.
I don't know. I was trying to make a joke.
Okay.
I didn't have a fun.
That was a good attempt at the joke.
I only had a setup.
Yeah, you have to remember there is no joke. There is no podcast. There's no pod. Okay. I made a reason. I made a reason why midichlorians are extra dumb. Okay. The reason is that if midichlorians are in like every living thing and stuff, how can you use the living things in your body to become a dead thing, as in a forced ghost? Yeah. Why does living things help you become a dead thing? I don't get that. Do the midichlorians just like live in your corpse? Like, are they still alive in your corpse?
Because they're symbiosis with your cells, right? What if all your cells are dead?
What if you have like midichlorian? What if you have midichlorian cancer? Like your midichlorian cell doesn't do its job and it keeps.
No, they live inside your cells. They're microscopic. They're microscopic organisms that live inside your cells, so they're even smaller than cells.
So biology class lied to me. They missed a part of the cell.
Yeah, the midichlorians.
The midichlorians.
I forgot about that.
They forgot about the midichlorians.
It's part of the mitochondria. I don't know. I forget everything about cells.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
All I know is the nucleus and the membrane and the cellulose. I just know what some of them are called.
Do you think some cells have more midichlorians than other cells, and they get into like gang wars about it?
Oh, that's a good question, because he says the midichlorian count is off the chart. That's over 20,000. So
is it like, what's the 20,000? What is this number? Is this like parts per million? Is this parts per million, or like...
Is it per cell? Is it
per cell, per parts per million?
20,000 in his whole body?
In his whole body?
I guess how would he tell that? By the small blood
Maybe
sample?
he takes the small blood sample and then he multiplies the number of... So it's like...
number of blood cells in the
so
body.
maybe there's one in that blood cell because he has... 20,000 blood cells. Exactly 20,000 blood cells.
Well,
he knows that Anakin probably has 20,000 total.
Well, I
think that makes sense. I think that adds up. Those numbers work pretty well.
Yeah, that's probably right.
That's more than Master Yoda. It's like, well,
even Master Yoda didn't have that many.
It's like, well,
because Master Yoda doesn't have midichlorians, because midichlorians are stupid and don't exist.
Oh, that's a good attempt at a joke. I'll give you a slow clap for that.
Thank you.
Okay.
You know what,
what were we even talking
we were
about?
talking about midichlorians, the greatest Star Wars thing ever.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
Can we talk about Jar Jar, the second greatest Star Wars thing ever?
Okay, sure.
Wait, you were going on about.
Well,
something.
my last thing about.
Okay.
Well, it's not my last thing. I could go on forever. But another thing about Anakin is he would have. Okay, in the final battle with where they're trying to capture the Viceroy, they bring Anakin with them, and there's no explanation as to why. Like, I don't. Is he Qui-Gon's apprentice now? Because obviously not, because he's still got Obi-Wan. And is he? And it just doesn't make. And also obviously not, because Qui-Gon just tells him to hide and then leaves. So obviously he doesn't. He's not trying to look out for Anakin, because he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't do his job. And so I figured what they should.
He's like, you hide. Just hide in this ship. You'll be fine, or something.
And
leave the rest of the people with weapons to
so
go do their thing. It's just like I wish that whole part was cut out with him blowing up the Death Star.
I just wish, at the very least, they made
that was one of the least necessary things.
Oh,
to show.
Definitely. Like, they don't
because they don't need that sequence or the ones with the Gungans.
Yeah, or droids. With the Gungans.
Gungans don't actually need to be a thing.
No, they don't really. They don't add enough to the movie.
Okay.
But what I was mean is, at the very least, Anakin should have been there because that's what he decided to do. Mm-hmm. Like, he's like, oh, I'll go help out, and then they're like, why are you here?
He sneaks in.
Like he
sneaks on a ship or whatever.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to help." And he's like, "Look, I brought a gun." And he's like, "But he's 10 or something." So it's like, "Dude, you're gonna get killed." He's like, "No, but I want to help." And it shows that he's reckless and stuff. And he's like, "No, let me go. I want to help you." It's like, "Dude, you're gonna get yourself killed. Don't help us." And then they're like, "Fine." And then they make him leave. And it's they.
And if he if he's gonna be there, make him decide to go in the ship and actually decide to fly it instead of let's try hitting some buttons. Maybe I'll find the button that I wanted to press.
It's like he's doing a let's play almost. He's like, okay, let's try to find the shoot button. Oh no, this one didn't do it.
Yeah, it's like
this one didn't do it either. I found. Oh shit, man! Oh, this isn't looking good. Oh, he's actually he's literally doing.
He's totally let's play.
He's totally let's playing.
He's just.
No, this is pod racing.
He's playing it like it's a video game.
I know it's not. And it's like it should. It's like it should be like. It's like, oh, I get it. It's supposed to be fun and stuff, but it's like, no.
But people are
just dumb.
But people are dying, right?
People are actually dying.
People are actually dying in this universe. So it's like, why is it?
This is real life. This isn't a let's play. This is real life. But he plays it off like he's actually in.
Isn't this fun? I'm in a Star Wars movie. I'm gonna shoot some droids and stuff. It's gonna be great. So if he actually is like, okay, well, I can figure out how this ship goes. I'll shoot those droids and I'll go fly out and help them fight the thing.
Yeah.
And then he actually is like, oh, if I fly in here and shoot the thing, then I can blow it up and win the battle.
If we fly, it's like, guys, fly in here and shoot the thing. We can blow it up and win the battle. But no, that's suicide. Yeah, you're insane. He's like, fine, I'll do it myself because I'm reckless as shit. And
that would have been cool.
That would
at least maybe it's still pointless.
Yeah,
but it would have been
it's like let's just
stupid nonsense.
Say that George Lucas doesn't want to change. He's giving you a script and he says you just want to change any of the big things, but you want to make minor edits to things.
Yeah, just to make
it not suck as much.
To make it make sense at least, or at least have his character not be a complete idiot who just gets lucky and presses the right buttons that he needed to so that the ship would fly properly.
On autopilot.
And then he presses the other right buttons to not die during the battle and accidentally blow up the ship and save the day. So
like it's just such a like coincidence that he does all this, and it's not like. And so, what happened to the whole Force thing, where like you trust your feelings and all that? That would have been really cool because
he's just like a lucky.
You know how he's like, now this is pod racing. That could have actually been a thing where in the pod race he uses the Force to win the race, and then in the battle he uses the Force to win the battle. That would have been like a thing that.
Well, he just gets lucky in both of them.
But in both events,
in both events he gets lucky. So I guess it is pod racing.
So this it is.
He's like, now this is being lucky
because all you need to do is press the correct is press buttons until you hit the right one.
Okay, you know what? This is just like this is a very minor thing.
And get completely
This is a very minor
lucky.
thing when Qui-Gon's like, oh, it's like if he wins the race, I want him and his mom to go free. He's like, no, just one. He's like, okay, the boy then. And he's like, well, I just happen to have a chance cube. Who fucking carries around a chance cube? Like,
Watto, he gambles all the time.
Yeah, but it's so stupid though. It's like I just happen to have like.
It's just something that isn't a coin flip.
I know. It's fine.
It's just something different than a coin
stupid,
flip.
That's all.
It is.
Okay. Something I wanted to elaborate on, which I started to notice, was like although at like the end of it's the end of episode 3. Yeah. And like there's a bunch of stuff that happened in episode 3. They don't really explain other than like it feels like the character like they watched episode 4 and they're like oh, I guess I have to do this now.
So to do the thing.
The thing like
sets up episode
Padme
4.
doesn't know anyone named Luke or Leia, or doesn't mention the names at all throughout the movie. But at the end she's like, oh, Luke. Oh, it's a girl. Oh, okay. Leia. It's like because I've seen the original trilogy,
and I know that their names.
I know their names are Luke and Leia, so that's why I'm naming them that.
Yeah.
And then there's things. I was trying to remember. There's another thing I had for that was. Darth Vader was another thing where like Sidious's just like, oh, it's like it's like, well, he's a Darth and he needs a name. Oh, well, in the original trilogy his name was Darth Vader, so I guess I have to name him that now. I guess he's Darth Vader now.
And also with Anakin's lightsaber.
Oh, Anakin's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like looks like I give Luke Anakin's lightsaber in this scene.
So that means
I should probably get it at some point. maybe if I cut off all his limbs, he'll give it to me. But the first thing I need to do is get the high ground, so that way it's over. That way the battle's instantly over.
Yeah,
that's like Diop in a nutshell. It's like, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You underestimate my. Everyone dies.
Which one was Diop?
The one where there was people standing on a hill, and a whole bunch of people just kind of like charged in on the beach and just got shot, like, and died. Like a whole of them died.
Good job. Well, Ian Fleming was supposed to be conspiring in that battle.
Yeah, he
was conspiring with the government.
Yeah, he was. But the point is aside, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. The high ground thing is just kind of stupid.
The high ground thing is just a really superly contrived scenario which doesn't make any sense.
No, but the thing I'd like to point out about it, it's really hard to explain this, but the fact is that when he says, it's over, Anakin, I have the high ground, in this situation, both people know that when someone else has the high ground, it's over for the person. There's no way you can win for the person with the lower ground. So Anakin's like, oh, you put me in a no-win scenario, and you think I'm gonna lose in this no-win scenario? You underestimate my power.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm more powerful.
I'm more powerful than you think. Just because you have the high ground doesn't mean you're going to win. Like, the high ground is that's a huge factor, but it doesn't mean you're going to...
It's the only factor.
It's the only factor. It's the only factor in this battle, but it doesn't mean you're going to win.
Which is so weird.
It's so stupid.
Especially since Obi-Wan won with the low ground in episode 1.
He does. My theory is that...
And in episode 3 earlier.
My theory is that Obi-Wan, because he does that flippy thing in episode 1... He knows all the strategies. He basically invented beating the high ground. So when someone else does it to him, he's like, nope, I'm not having that. He knows how to stop them by not being an idiot. That's how. By not just standing there and watching someone slice you in half. By not just standing there and watching someone slice you in half.
Yeah.
Like,
slice your legs up.
Like Darth Maul.
Yep. You know, Darth Maul is in the Clone Wars series, and it's weird.
I know,
Because
right?
why would he be there?
I know, right? It's so dumb. That's why the CGI Clone Wars is canon.
Apparently
Isn't
the,
canon, and the 2003 series is.
It's not real, but the real thing that is canon is the computer animated series. That's the series that like officially is canon. Even though it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. You know why?
Because
you know why?
Anakin wouldn't have an apprentice.
No,
before
other
he
than
was
that,
master.
there is a part in that
In the
series.
Yeah.
There's a part where I just saw like a clip from an episode. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. No wonder I don't watch this show. There's
What?
a part where so they're going to this planet.
The carbon for you?
Yeah. I have to elaborate on this because the audience
Yeah.
doesn't know.
I know.
All three of them don't know.
I just was.
Okay, so it's that thing. So basically, they're going to this planet, and it's like all droids. So they're like, oh, in order to get to this planet, your ship has to have no life forms on it. So it's like, oh, what if we weren't alive per se? What if we were all frozen in carbonite? It's like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's just use carbon freezing. And it's like, what? This is like a primitive technology only used on mining colonies.
Yeah,
on like freaking. This technology is only used in Cloud City. Like 20 years from now,
and they have never used.
They've never used it to freeze up a person because
that's why they tested on Han because they're not.
They think it's gonna kill him. So, but like my other thing is that if this is canon and Anakin has been carbon frozen himself, he should know that when he's carbon freezing Han Solo, that he's gonna live no matter what. He should know that he's gonna live. He doesn't need to test it on Han. Like freezing him is really convenient, but like he could just go and Darth Vader could have gone straight for
Boba Fett and
just given Han straight to Boba Fett and then gone straight for Luke because he knows it works. So that's like a huge flaw. And it's like my main reason why that's not canon, other than it's stupid. Other than Anakin already killed Ventress once. Other than Darth Maul, I don't buy Darth Maul coming back.
Yeah, it's weird because
we will not grant you the rank of master. Here's your apprentice, bitch.
But here's the apprentice.
It's like I thought that was the dumbest thing ever.
But that's
even when I was like 9, I knew it was dumb.
Yeah.
9-year-olds are dumb.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you know what's funny?
What?
How C-3PO was like, oh, it's Han Solo, and he's still frozen in carbonite. Like, in case you forgot.
In case you forgot. It's like it was 3 years ago, but in case you... Yeah.
In case you weren't paying attention.
In case you were paying attention, like a C-3PO. It's like a Shakespeare play. It's like C-3PO. It's just like that guy who just like points out the obvious.
They do that a couple times. With Yoda, he has to say that, yeah, by the way, Anakin, Vader is your father, in case you were wondering.
But that was more for like the psychological scarring that plot twist had on people. The audience was still in denial, so they had to confirm it from someone who would have actually known that.
It just didn't make any sense.
It's like, no, it's not true.
Yeah. So, like... fuck. Star Wars is cool.
Yeah, until it's not.
But I still enjoy...
Okay, episode 3 is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I have more respect for it now because I just noticed now after all the times I watched it because I'm an idiot or something that the Jedi were actually planning to take over the government. And
I don't know.
I don't know why I didn't notice that.
I didn't really pick up on that.
I didn't, but like I'm like because Palpatine says himself, he's like the Jedi are taking over. I'm like, yeah, right. You're just like manipulating them or whatever, just trying to make them dark side. But no, he's actually right. Like they're like, oh. Because Mace Windu was like, after we take out the Chancellor, we're gonna have to become the government because reasons.
Well, he says once General Grievous gets defeated, the Chancellor better give up his emergency powers, and then he's like, if he doesn't, we gotta take over because he has to be removed from office or whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying Chancellor's bad, but it's like the Jedi are also kind of like dicks.
And I think that's the main, that's one of the main story. Like, there's a lot of great ideas in the prequels that
Yeah,
just
but if
weren't
that one was
executed
done
well.
better, like if the
That was one of them where I think the Jedi were supposed to be kind of corrupt and sort of forgotten about what their values are, and that's why they kind of fell so easily.
Yeah.
Because like the system was actually broken and didn't function properly, and that's like which is what Anakin says in 2. He's like, I don't think the system works.
I
But
think
he's
it should,
actually
I
right.
think he's like, I think it should be like a dictatorship or whatever. And then Padme's all like, no, Hitler, and he's like, ha 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 ha, let's have a picnic, and then it's just kind of dismissed. That's kind of what
Yeah, they're like talking about politics, and then Anakin's like, well, I think it should be a dictatorship, and she's like, yeah, well, you're wrong.
He's like, you're wrong, and then he's like, ha ha ha, picnic, ha.
There's so much.
And then he's like, hey, no, this happens later. So
What?
remember that time in the future when I ride on that one thing and then I fall over and then you thought I was dead because I faked my death, and then I was just like laughing at you. And we like rolled around in a field, and then it just wiped away because that scene was entirely pointless.
It builds their romance.
Dan,
It shows them falling in love.
Dan.
They spin around in the grass together.
Danny,
Yeah.
you're starting to sound like Lucas.
Who's Lucas?
George Lucas.
I'm sounding like George.
Yeah, he's like,
Like my voice or my explanation?
Explanation. The way they spin around in the grass, it's like a perfect metaphor for falling in love. Because the Attack of the Clones is
They're
ultimately
head over heels for it.
Shut up! Episode 2 is ultimately a love story.
That's why that's why we have all that great love dialogue that
I'm haunted.
about how coarse and rough sand is. That's the only way.
I love
It's the only way to seduce a woman.
to talk about
How do you think I got my way? Talk about how irritating sand is. Turn some right on. Get some all juicy.
Gets the midichlorian, it's flowing.
Yeah. Sure was.
Juicy.
Some right for a baby. Can't breathe. I can't feel my legs.
I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs.
Oh wait, I'm fine. I just used my...
That was really funny. In case they couldn't hear, he said makes them ripe for baby making.
Yes.
But in like George Lucas's voice.
Sort of laughing. But
Does he have any kids? Does he have any kids?
Yeah, he adopted a couple kids, I think.
Oh, he's always wanted to adopt a baby girl.
Always wanted to.
It's like that was kind of annoying me. It's like Ben Organa. It's just like, well, Bail. I'm sorry. So Bail Organa, he's all like, oh, what a coincidence! I've always wanted to adopt a baby girl. Like just like adopt, not like just specifically adopt a baby girl. It's like, okay, well, that's how convenient for you to want that. Especially because Leia shows up on your ship later, or whatever. And like,
Yeah.
it's just, it was just dumb. And then like, I love the.
Well, we don't know anything about him other than he wants to adopt a baby girl.
That's his main character thing.
Yeah.
Says, I've always wanted. Me and my wife has always wanted to adopt a baby girl. It's like
we don't know
I pile drived her so hard once her hardware doesn't work anymore. So.
He's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler in the bed. He's a wrestler in the bed. So he doesn't.
That's discovered the secret to Bail Organa's character.
He's a wrestler in the bed. That's why. He's like, I can imagine like there's just like someone walks by like a room and there's like a doorknob with a tie on it, and you just like they put their ear to it and they just hear the John Cena theme and they just slowly back away.
It's like this Mexican
John Cena. Like it's what I call my dick.
It's kind of oddly sexual. Very quick.
Nothing cast the one about sex.
What about Star Wars and sex?
Sex wars.
The two things that go.
There is no sex.
There is no sex, but what we make for ourselves. That didn't make sense.
I can't laugh right now because my throat is so parched. I'm gonna have to.
Let's talk about something really serious then.
Abortions and
Like
war.
No, like let's talk about something even more serious. Like, I don't know.
Don't vote for Trump.
Don't vote for Trump. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because Trump is just like Hitler. Or the Emperor.
Yeah.
Because the Emperor created the fear of the Jedi.
Or people who share. Please share this posts on Facebook. Because they like to control others with fear.
That's true.
Yep.
And they're just as bad as Hitler.
They're just as bad as Hitler.
The greatest humanitarian in the world.
Did you just call Hitler the greatest humanitarian in the world?
Yes.
You know what I said once in a Wii Sports baseball game? Better safe than Hitler. That's an actual thing.
That was a video we made, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look that up. Better safe than Hitler.
It's kind of gross. Okay, so I had a root beer in this cup earlier.
Yeah.
And you know how when you have like a cup, like you put pop in a cup, like you can't drink all of it, so there'll just be like little bits at the bottom.
That is true.
Okay, the little bits at the bottom, like they haven't mixed in with my water. Like they're still there. Like they're like. This is actually so gross.
Oh.
Like it dried. That's how long we've been watching Star Wars movies for.
Yeah, we. How time is? Oh, it's 3.
It's 3 a.m.
We've been talking for like
3 a.m. Well, we still have like 5 minutes.
We almost made it to an hour. Yeah, we could still talk.
We still have like 5 minutes. Donald Trump, abortions and war.
Yeah.
Make sure you use condoms.
Condoms are good.
You know, I see these things on the internet. It's like how come condoms are free but like tampons aren't? I'm like, well,
Condoms
one
are
thing.
free?
Well, like they give out free condoms at places. It's not like all condoms are free. Okay, that's one point. One point, not all condoms are free. But second point is that like the tampons have like a huge industry behind them.
Tampons are like toilet paper.
Yeah,
toilet paper. It's
like something you're always going to need, so you can make it as priced as you can.
But they jack up the
price,
which is
so it's like you can't really do anything about that. So just like I just don't like when people complain about things they can't really do anything about.
Yeah, whereas condoms is something. It's like something people need, but they don't. But if they don't have it, they'll go without.
Yeah, so that's why we try to throw them at people as much as possible, just to avoid abortions and war.
It's like something. It's something like to try to avoid war.
Try to avoid
condoms are free to try to avoid war.
Yeah,
yeah. My chest is dying.
Only because I'm so in love.
No, it's because I'm so in love with you.
No, this is not getting homo.
It's not homo. We're brothers.
And
brothers protect each other.
Plot twist. Did you just quote X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Did you just know I was quoting X-Men Origins Wolverine? Who is the bigger fool? The fool who follows him.
The fool who knows the other one's a fool. Because he knows what movie he quoted.
Sure.
Well, it's like, you'll be doing your country a disservice, and he's like, I'm Canadian, but I forget that.
I'm Canadian.
But he totally forgets that,
it's
right?
Like that,
does he remember that he's Canadian?
I don't know. Did he ever get his memory back in those movies? They don't really explain. Because in the Wolverine, he remembers World War II. But in X-Men 3, he still had his memory forgotten, so...
Yeah. Oh, I have a question.
He just remembered the movie X-Men Origins Wolverine.
So does Origins Wolverine happen before all the Days of Future Past stuff?
It happens
Like before the 70s.
before the it takes place in the 80s.
Oh, so do you think Wolverine in like after Days of Future Past, like future Wolverine, do you think he would remember like the 1800s and stuff like that? Just because he didn't get the adamantium bullet to his face, because that was their continuity.
So what are you saying?
Would he still remember
Which Wolverine? The
future Wolverine at the end of Days of Future Past?
End of Days of Future Past. He like before he goes back to his old body, before he remembers the version that was dropped in the river and was fished out by Mystique. That version of him.
Yeah.
Would he remember the 1800s? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Would he remember like all the stuff up until the point, like everything, because like up until he remember everything up until the point that he got sent back to the future?
Basically, we don't know because we don't know if he got
Weapon X
or not. Which could still be a thing. That was Stryker that took him, but it was actually Mystique. But Stryker could have still...
Mystique as Stryker would have access to, like...
Could have still done experiments on him. Or handed him off to Magneto, who also could have done experiments on him. Also, you'd think they'd answer that in X-Men Apocalypse, but it looks like it's about completely other stuff.
It looks like it's like looking
at
our new...
Wolverine's not really in it.
Our newer, younger cast of
And we didn't see Wolverine with metal claws in the future, we don't know if he has metal or not in him in the future part. Yeah. So it's hard to say. If he got Weapon X, then he wouldn't remember it. But if he did, I think I mixed it up. But anyways, if he got his memory erased, then he would still basically if he did eventually get his memory erased, then he wouldn't remember. But if he did not get his memory erased, then he would still remember. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Remember when this podcast was about Star Wars?
Well, it's about nothing.
Okay.
We can talk about anything.
Well, it's over now. Because we've reached the 1 hour mark and it's 3 a.m. So
Condom stop war.
Exactly. Put a condom on your gun.